Have you been considering opening up a fitness studio? Have you been super successful in your corporate career, but you started to wonder, is this as good as it gets for me? Have you maybe been attending a studio and you know that you want to open a studio of your very own? I get it. I spent over 15 years in finance, and my six-figure dream job had become my own personal prison. Even though it really truly was an amazing job, I felt like I was dying a bit day after day. On Sundays, I'd start thinking about my work week, and I would often down a whole bottle of wine just to be able to get to sleep at night and be ready for the week. I was not just unhappy, I was miserable, and my health, my happiness, and my relationships were really starting to show it. Shortly before Christmas in 2009, I was at a party and I ran into a neighbor that I hadn't seen in a while. She looked amazing. I had to know exactly what she was doing. When she told me that she was teaching at the local Pure Barre Franchise and invited me to a class, I never could have even fathomed how much my life was going to change that one night. The next morning, I and another neighbor, Georgina, headed off to Pure Barre for my first ever bar class. At the end of class, I looked at Georgina and I said, I think that was the hardest thing I have ever done. I can't wait to come back here. Georgina looked at me and she said, that was the hardest thing I've ever done. I am never coming back here. And for me, a love affair was born. I started attending class 3 to 4 times a week. My body changed so much in just a month. And then the finance girl in me started looking around and saying, this business model really works. There's minimal equipment, minimal build out, minimal staffing, and the number of people you can put into a class makes this a complete no-brainer from a numbers standpoint. So I dragged my husband Mike with me to bar class, and bless his little heart, he was a good sport, just like he always is. But just like me, he looked at the numbers and said, I think this actually makes business sense. I reached out to a number of the franchises, but I ultimately decided a franchise just wasn't the best fit for me. I really didn't want the fees or the restrictions of a franchise, so I decided I was going to go it alone. It was amazing. My first studio was cash flowing within just 3 months, but I made over $75,000 worth of mistakes in just that first year. And it was enough large, costly mistakes that I was never going to be able to replace my six-figure income from that first studio. Even though it was cash flowing, it definitely was not the success that I had expected it to be. It was my second studio that truly was my cash cow, the one that paid my family's bills and then did so much more. So since 2010, I've been helping women create their own fitness studios without the fees or rules of a franchise. My mission is to help women build lives they love. I have helped over 75 women launch successful, profitable fitness studios, ranging from bar, yoga, Pilates, HIIT, cycling, all giving them the freedom to run their business their way. If you'd like to discuss this more, just click below and schedule a free consultation. During this time, we'll clarify your timeline and your goals. I'll tell you about our signature Studio in a Box program, and we'll determine if we're a fit to support you in those goals. Click below to schedule your free consultation.